Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this one, we're going all the way down to, I don't know if you can see it, but we're going to Resorts World in this one, which is somewhere back there. We're playing the 2-5 Rampage and Mariano meetup game. It was a really fun one. A lot of characters in this game, so enjoy. First hand of the session, I pick up King Jack offsuit in the big blind, and it's a limped pot, so I check my option. Four of us see a flop of Jack 6-3 2 spades. Checks around to the button, who throws out $15. Small blind gets out of there. I obviously make the call, and under the gun folds. Turn comes a queen of diamonds. I check it over to him, and he bets 35, not slowing down. I make the call once again. The river comes off an ace of diamonds. So I check it once more. This time he happily checks back. When I reveal that I have a jack, it is good, and we scoop down the first pot of the night. Going forward in these vlogs, we're getting fancy with it. I'm gonna throw some session stats periodically in these videos that tells you how long I've been playing the session and how much money I'm up or down at that time. If it's a tournament, it'll just be referencing how many chips I've got. I'm a huge nerd, so if you have any other ideas for cool stats to throw in here every now and then, stick them in the comments and I'll be sure to check them out. I pick up King Jack off again in the low jack and raise it up to 15. Folds around to the cutoff, he makes the call, small blind comes along as well. Now let me introduce you to the big blind. Meet Old Man Coffee, OMC for short. He's a big fan of poker vlogs and watching all us crazy kids 3-bet with ace king. Doesn't usually play a hand, and in this one, no surprise, he folds.
Kill this poker room two ways. Charge for parking or do this stupid jackpot.
So after OMC tells us how he'd run a poker room, the dealer puts out Jack 8-6, 2 hearts. Small blind checks, I bet $30, and Doug comes along. Small blind makes the fold, and we both see a turn, which is the 7 of diamonds. I slow it down on this one, I check it over to him, and he puts out a bet of $60. So a little more than half the pot. I'm not going anywhere with top pair. I flick in the call, and we both see a river card, which comes down the 3 of diamonds. Pretty big brick. Check it over to him once again, hoping for a check back. He doesn't know that I checked, and we both kind of just stare at the table for a little while until the dealer's like, it's on you, man.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I did not know that.
Once you grabbed the drink, I was like, okay, I think he doesn't know.
We both have a little laugh. He looks back down at his stack, throws out $80. Didn't really want to see him bet a third time, but in this case, he only bet $80, only slightly more than a third of the pot. I have top pair. He could be value betting worse, so I flick in the call, and we see we're up against 10-9 offsuit. So he turned straight, got there, and value bet against our jack.
Can I make a vlog?
Sure. You want to be in it?
Yes.
Meet drunk guy Doug. He got a brand new tattoo today and then walked all the way here from MGM.
Let's see this new tattoo. He just got this today. Holy crap. How long did that take?
Hour and a half.
Did it hurt?
No, not at all. Sound like someone going like this the whole time. That's it. Yeah.
Wow.
Seat 5 at our table goes off, he picks up and goes to dinner. So I immediately snatch his seat because, pro tip, if you guys ever want to become a live poker vlogger, sitting in seat 5 is the nuts because you get all of the action, all of the cards up close and personal without having to take notes on your phone in between all the hands and still try to play good poker. So yeah, if you ever want to try to vlog, sitting in seat 5, great start for you. New player in seat 4 joins in on the vlogger conversation, telling all of us that he used to have a vlog, and when he finds out that I have a channel, he immediately pulls out his phone and starts watching my videos right next to me and is giving me feedback on all of my plays. So, meet my new coach. He hasn't slept in 2 days and thinks I really need to start protecting my checking range. That's the guy who opens in the cutoff to $15. I'm on the button and make the call. Small blind comes along as well. That's our friend Doug from earlier. And all three of us see a flop that comes down 8-7-7 rainbow. So we got trips. We're very happy with this. Checks to the guy watching my videos. He throws out a bet of $50. So pot size bet on this flop. Interesting. But we have trips, not going anywhere, and not gonna raise because he's the only one that can have all of the overpairs, etc., etc. I make the call. Doug comes along as well in the small blind. So all three of us see the turn, which comes down a 7. That's right, we make quads. Very happy with this, especially against the guy who's really trying to intimidate the crap out of me. Small blind checks, my friend to the right checks, and now it's on me. I want to get value from all of their pairs and maybe a crying call from ace high if they're getting a little bit sticky. So I throw out a bet of $130. Doug lays it down, and unfortunately, my new poker coach also lays it down, and we don't get any more value from quads.
I mean, I have jack high. I mean, I'm gonna bluff that river.
Okay, so
Oh, okay.
your 2 to my 1. Whoever has the largest stack at what, 10 o'clock?
That's when the meetup game.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you're on.
In case you didn't quite catch what was going on, the guy who's been watching my videos wants to lay me some action, his $200 to my $100 as a side bet that whoever has more in their stack around 10 p.m. when the meetup game ends wins that side bet. So we put out the 300, it's sitting on the rail in between us, and we spend the rest of the game anti-sweating each other in every pot we play. All right, after we make that side bet, I pick up pocket aces in the cutoff. Open it up to $15. Doug makes the call on the button. Big blind comes along as well. So 3 of us see a flop of ace, 6, 4, 2 diamonds. We flop top set. Very nice to see. Big blind checks into me. I'm gonna slow play this one. I think I've got the board really smashed. I know there's a flush draw out there, but for now, I wanna slow play it. So I check.
Me too.
Doug says, me too. 3 of us go to the turn, which is the king of hearts. So 2 flush draws out there. Now there's some stuff I think they might call with. So when the big blind checks to me, I don't want to let this check around again. And I throw out a bet of $40. Just Doug comes along, and heads up, we see a river, which is an offsuit jack. Flush draws break out, and I want to get value from King X that he could have. So I go for a pretty hefty bet. I bet $125. Doug doesn't think for too long, maybe, probably less than 30 seconds before finally landing on raise. So he raises it up to $325. But I've got top set. Yep, I could be coolered with, queen 10 of hearts or queen 10 of diamonds exactly. But he could be raising something like king jack or slow played ace 4. You could have pocket 4s, pocket 6s. There's stuff that he could be raising that's worse than my hand. I'm not going anywhere. I call. But Doug, he's got it. And we lose a pretty big one.
You are ridiculous, dude.
Look at that draw I had.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's good for my side bet.
We're all rooting for your side bet.
Doug has been drinking a lot. He's been winning every single pot, making the nuts all the time. He's becoming my nemesis at this table.
Doug, how does it feel to just be crushing everyone's souls? Just
love
only
it.
30 minutes into
It's
this.
awesome. It's
He doesn't
awesome.
like it either. This is a stackable winner here.
Woo!
All right, back to the poker. I look down at pocket 4s on the button. It's a straddled pot, so I open it up to $30. Small blind folds, the $5 big blind thinks for a minute and calls, and we go heads up to a flop. Dealer puts out ace 5-3 rainbow. So I like this one. I don't think the big blind has too many super strong ace X holdings because they didn't 3-bet pre, but honestly at these stakes, it could still be a pretty strong ace. Anyway, he checks it to me. I have a wheel draw. I have a vulnerable pair to all overcards to the 5, so I throw out a bet of $25. He sticks around, and we both see a turn of the 7 of clubs. Checks it to me. Now I have a double gutter, and I don't think I'm gonna accomplish too much with a bet, so I check it back. River is another 7. My opponent bets out 25, and then he says,
I'll show you either way.
which that makes me lean more towards a fold because I get to see what he has no matter what I do. So for the vlog, after I fold, he shows me that he indeed had top pair with a jack kicker, nice hand, and he takes it down.
I had 2 4s.
What'd you have? We're gonna find
I had
out.
pocket 4s.
Pocket 4s.
Yeah.
Meet Erin and her flamingo Flynn. That bird gets around.
There he is.
Yes, he's the degenerate drunk gambler.
All right, we got a degenerate drunk flamingo down here at Resorts World. Love it.
Doug gets back in the mix with a limp under the gun. Button makes it $15 to go, so pretty small. I'm in the big blind with ace 4 diamonds and make the call. Doug announces that he certainly has the worst hand.
All right. Worst hand announced.
He's been kind of poking a little bit at the button and calling her nitty since she introduced herself as the new nit at the table. She regretted that later because the more drinks Doug had, the more times she got called a nit. So that's the dynamic as the flop comes down, ace, king, 9, 2 clubs and a diamond. Checks around to the button. She throws out a bet of $30 and I'm the only one who makes the call. The turn is a 4 clubs. So flush gets in there, but now we make 2 pairs. So we stand to have the best hand a lot of the time. I check it over to her once again, and she puts out another bet, but it is a little on the smaller side this time. She only bets $40. So I have a decision. I can raise it here. I can slow play and call and raise on the river. I decide to just call this time and throw out the $40 call. The river is the beautiful ace of hearts. So we river a boat. And at this point, I'm really excited that I just called the turn, because I think on this river, if she did have an ace that she was slowing down with on the turn, she will certainly value bet it and I can get a check raise in anyway. If she had a flush, now we beat that. So loving this river. So I check it over to her, and you guys, she immediately checks back and she shows down ace 10 of spades. So she just Jedi mind tricked her way into losing the minimum. Couldn't squeeze out any more money. Very sad about that. Yeah, we trudge along to the next hand. A few of us had gone on a break at the same time. So when I come back to the table, Coach got his $10 straddle on so he doesn't have to pay his blinds. I put out a $20 straddle so I don't have to pay my blinds. And Dougie Fresh comes along with the $40 straddle. So we got a 2, 5, 10, 20, $40 straddle game going on. Hoping that I can pick up a hand here. Let's go. Folds all the way around to Coach. He makes it $100 to go. And I looked out at Ace King. It's the perfect freaking spot. Turn on the aggression. I'm gonna 3-bet this one and make it $320. I only have $1,100 to start the hand, so I'm just hoping to get it in. Doug has a little funeral for his cards before eventually folding, and then it's on to Coach. He 4-bet jams. He goes all in with having us covered. Obviously, I make the call, and we got a lot on the line here. We got side bet going. We have $1,200 each pretty much in the middle. Huge pot brewing, all because we took a break at the same time. Let's freaking flop an ace dealer. Come on.
Ah, what is this?
Come on.
How about a turn? Okay, river. Damn. So I get stacked. I buy out of my side bet for $50. Feeling a little defeated at this point.
All right, there you go.
All right, the table keeps straddling, so there is hope that we can turn this night around. In this one, Aaron/Flynn the Flamingo opens the button to only $20. I'm in the big blind. I have ace jack offsuit, and with just the min raise on the button, I'm trying to attack this, so I 3-bet. I make it $80. Aaron tosses in the call, and we go heads up to a flop. It comes down at king 8-8 with 2 hearts. I have the ace of hearts. I toss out a little seed bet of $60, and the Flamingo gives me the bird, raises it up to 175. I can't quite remember how much she had behind, but it was pretty short, so not gonna really continue with this one. I make the laydown and continue to lick my wounds. When Rampage was at our table, we didn't get involved in any hands together, but when Mariano sits down, he immediately stacks a guy and then raises into my straddle. He makes it $30 to go, under the gun 1. I look down at queen 3 of clubs and defend. Heads up to a flop of 9, 7, deuce, 2 clubs. We flop the 3rd nut flush draw, and I check it over to him. Interestingly, he bets over pot. He bets out $75. Obviously, he's a very capable player, and he could be doing this with a lot of things. So I make the call. The turn is the queen of spades. So we improve to top pair. Everything is going great. I check it over to him and he checks back. River brings us our flush. It comes a 4 clubs. So pretty great. Just kept getting better as the streets went along. Now I'm going to go for value. I throw out $140. He thinks for a minute and then ends up folding. And then Doug has my back.
You're welcome.
I guess I'm the guinea pig.
Not fine, bro.
He hadn't won in a long time.
My stack looks more like I'm in a tournament. My big hands aren't getting paid off. I'm feeling a little bit frustrated. I look down at queen jack of hearts. It's a beautiful hand under the gun 1 and hope that this will be the one. I raise it up to $15. Dougie Fresh calls in the low jack. Big blind comes along as well. So 3 ways. We see a flop of 9, 7, 6, 2 diamonds and a club. Not the flop we were looking for. Checks to me. I check it over to Doug. He is happy to do the same. The turn is a 10 of hearts. And when the big blind checks to me, I see my opening. I have an open ender. Nobody looks interested in this pot, so I bet $30. Doug comes along. Big blind gets out of there. The river brings an offsuit king. We river the nuts. And I want to get a lot of value, especially from Doug. He owes me one. No, just kidding. I flick in a bet of $100 into a $105 pot. it is a big bet, but a lot of draws miss, and I'm just trying to represent one of those draws. If I was bluffing, I would bet this big, so with my value, I want to go the same. He doesn't pay me off though. This guy's too good, and we take in just a little medium-sized pot. Meet seat 8. This is his first trip to Vegas, and he has no idea how he left this game without a nickname. Then there's me, just trying to keep it all together while I lose 4 buy-ins at a time at this table. He decides to give me action in this hand when I open the cutoff with ace-queen offsuit. He peels the small blind, and the flop comes down at king 5-5 rainbow. He checks to me. I'm going to throw out a small bet. I bet $10, and he makes the call. The turn is a 3 of hearts. When he checks to me, I check it back and hope to get to showdown. The river is an offsuit 8. So nothing much going on this board, except he leads this one. He bets out $25. This is the guy who said he would show me anyway, even if I folded, and I feel like he would probably do the same here. Anyway, I have ace high. Things haven't been going my way. I could call, but I just lay it down and hope that he shows me that he had a winner, which he does. He flips over jack 8 offsuit. He's committed to giving the action, got there on the river. That ends our night, but I had a blast. Happy to be back at the next one. So, not the result we wanted. We were in for $2,900 total, out for $965 for a total loss of almost 2K at a 2-5 game. We did straddle a lot, so it was more like a 2-5-10-ish game. So, but not too disappointed because it kind of ended on a flat note. Yeah, it was time to get out of there. I just want to thank all the vloggers out there so far who've done all these meetup games that we can go to. It's really liberating to show up and just be able to film everything going on, include all the shenanigans that happen at the table with all the different characters who show up. And then shout out to everybody who was at my table because they were such good sports. Doug was giving everyone nicknames, which you saw in the video. I really love going to these meetup games because you get a bigger sense of what's going on at the table. Live poker is not just, you know, robotic hands. There's personalities, there's dynamic shifts and all of that stuff. So I hope you got a little bit out of that from this video. If you're still watching, please subscribe if you haven't already, and good luck in whatever you're playing this week. Till next time, you guys, see ya.